Hello everybody, this is NCS and welcome back to Let's Play Sengoku Gensoukyou, where last time the yokai army has declared war on us. Or alternatively, we could have declared war on the yokai army as well, but I wanted to wait this time. So let's start with actually attacking them, now that they have done our work for us. Anyway, when you choose attack, you can select one of the adjacent, territories that is in enemy control. In this text box, you can see the name of the territory. So either, in this case, the Nightblight Road or the Faintly Dark Path. You can see the name of the army, in this case the yokai army. The defense, 160 and 175. You need to lower this value to 0 in order to conquer the area. How to do that I will explain a little later. The units this army has, 11 is more than any computer-controlled army ever needs. For you, you might have one to a lot more than 11 party members. Actually, our 6 that we have is kind of low. We definitely want to increase on that. And the power, it's basically a value calculated by the units times the level or something like that. I don't know. But it's a calculated value from at least these two aspects. So when attacking an army, you can choose which characters you want to send in. You can get up to 5 characters into the battle, but you don't have to. You can also send only 1 character in if you want to. You can also scout the enemy before battle. For scouting, you will need to put characters in, and the research value will have to be greater than the required research. Then you can click on scout and get to know which characters the enemy army sends into battle. I generally don't scout and just send in 5 characters. Well, actually, I might only send in like 4 characters, so I have some defense in case the yokai army actually counterattacks later. But, well, we'll see. So, what's important for determining which characters to send into the army? If you just send random characters in like I do, instead of preparing which characters to send in based on the enemies. Well, you could do that if you scout. Well, first off, I usually like to send in official characters first, and if I have any unofficial characters, I send them in if I have to. So, definitely I will send in Aim and Marisa, especially since we only have 6 characters. Then, what are the stats here? Well, first of all, we have the species. The species is important for determining which characters were effective against what. Humans are effective against fairies, fairies are effective against yokai, and yokai are effective against humans. So right about now, since we are fighting against a yokai army, we are a little on a disadvantage here, since they will deal a little more damage against us than we can against them. I don't think they are resistant against us though. Next we have our HP, our health points. If they drop to 0, our character is out of the battle and might actually leave the army, so that's kind of troublesome. Next we have the Mel stat, melee. This determines how much damage you will deal in a close range combat. RNG, range, this determines how much damage you will deal in a far ranged battle. Defense, that will decrease the damage you will take from your close range combat. Wisdom is the same as defense for far range attacks, not attacks. Speed will determine how often your character will take a turn compared to the other characters. So if all the characters had a speed of 7, for example, everyone would probably only get 1 turn before they can attack again. Research is not needed for battle, the same for negotiation. And cost, well, that determines how much Oki will get. But more about this later when we are actually not preparing for a battle. What you want to take a look for when sending your characters to battle is 1, the level, and then their base stats, like melee, range, defense, wisdom, and possibly also speed. For right now, I think I will send Ichirota and Yumeta also to battle because they are level 6. Compared to the 2 level 3 characters, that's a huge improvement because look at the difference in HP, it's 100! Actually, even a little more. And Kaiotsu is pretty bad in battling altogether. Generally, you want to see 4 and 4 as average and everything below 4 as, below average. 3 is just on the border, so yeah, you could consider that as okay, but if your character has no stat over 4, it's basically not meant to fight. So, Ichirota, well, it's kind of a tank actually. That is a male character, actually. I know, I don't see that either. But yeah, he isn't really that good at attack, but Wisdom of 7 is really great, especially for this early in the game. Yumeta, well, is good in far ranged, so that's good. Marisa obviously is a far-ranged attacker, and Reime is pretty much a mixed attacker, although her melee stat is a little better than her range stat. So, now that we have the stats out of the way, I know this is getting a little long. Down here you can set the formation. C means close, M means center, and F means far ranged. But be aware that even if you put your characters into a certain position, that does not mean that they will be like that for all of the enemies. Actually, C only means that the character cannot get far ranged, and F pretty much means that it's unlikely for the character to get close range. Actually, I think you can get far range with C, but it's not as likely anymore. M can get everywhere. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind. But still, if you have a character like Marisa, who is crap in melee, definitely put her into far range in this formation. Ichirota, we want to have you far range as well. Yumeta too. And I guess I need another close range combatant, but I don't have any. Let's send Kaede in the battle as well, and actually start with the battle, finally. Okay, versus the Yokai army. Who sent in 2 characters. Oops. We're a little overpowered there. So, let's explain this screen here. Up here, you can see the character order. First, now gets Marisa to attack, then 2 of the enemies, which are displayed in red, and then 2 more of our characters, which are displayed in blue. This huge number over here, which is 60 for right now, is our timer. If that drops to 0, our army can make no more attacks except for the ones who are still displayed in the center here. This percentage in this bar here is how well our characters are doing in the battle. You want to have this bar over 50% because if it's below 50% you will lose and the enemy will win. If it's over 50% you will win. The amount of defense of a territory will drop based on the percentage you get out of this battle after you win. So let's say you win with a percentage of 61, the defense of the enemy territory will also drop by 61. So definitely, generally, want to have this bar as full as possible, at best even 100%. So about this grid down here, well, I best just show you. Characters who are centered, so in the middle position, cannot be attacked. Characters who are far ranged can be attacked by far ranged attack, like this. Characters who are close ranged can be attacked with a melee attack. Yumeta cannot attack anyone right now because he is center or mid-ranged for all enemies, but all attackers. Well, okay, that will work too. So what we can do here is either advance for one character or retreat for one character, or advance all or retreat from all characters. These are the options you can do if a character is centered, or you can press the right mouse button to skip a turn. I want to retreat although. With Reme, I am going to attack a Foal because, well, the Foal has more HP. And in this battle system actually, it's important to get all the enemies as quickly down in HP as possible, because your attacks are based on your stats plus your current your HP percentage. So let's say Reme has full HP, she deals something like 90 HP, and if she only has half HP, she will deal only half as much damage as well. So generally, you want to attack all the enemies little by little, so the damage output of the enemy will be decreased. Also, for a close range attack, the enemy will be able to counter-attack, meaning that you will receive a little damage as well. Okay, we won with 80%, so the Nightblind Road's defense has been decreased by 80, and we have gained 10 experience for all participating characters. So that's nice. Also, you could use special attacks, but I'll get into that later. Yeah, right. I also wanted to talk about cost in the Ryumaku. You will gain Oki each turn, and the Oki amount you gain is based on the Ryumaku and the cost amount. The higher your Ryumaku is compared to your cost, the more Oki you will get. If your cost in the Ryumaku is exactly the same, you should get no Oki at all. Should being the key point here. I'm not exactly certain about it because I don't think the Toho Wiki says anything about that. And I usually have way more Ryumaku than cost. And if your cost is higher than your Ryumaku, you should actually get an Oki penalty. So be careful not to have a too high cost. So we cannot develop anything further because we only have one character left, and that's not enough to further develop anything. So let's speak with Marisa, and well, let's see if anything has changed. No, oh yeah, actually yes. Now the message is it's all still a little bit stiff. So yeah, Marisa has already become a little more friendly with us. So let's see. Oh, Yokai Army has another cutscene. Well, maybe they will still attack us after the cutscene. Yeah, that always happens after the cutscene, if there is one. Ah, darkness is really so relaxing. I wish the whole day was always dark. I am a darkness helper. Remia's ability to manipulate darkness allowed her to generate darkness to block out the sun and become a relaxation spot for a yokai. Remia and Mystia were enduring the light and heat in that fashion. Hey, there's something I wanted to ask. What is it? Well, this darkness is so strong, I can't even see my hand through it. Because light couldn't get through the darkness, it could not reflect off objects, and thus objects could not be seen. While Mystia was inside the darkness, she could hear and sense, but not see Remia or herself. Yeah. Can you see me? Or even yourself? Nope, I can see a thing. 'Cause it's all dark. But when we met, you were flying around all dark like this. Yeah, I was flying. If you can't see anything, wouldn't it be dangerous? Yeah. It seemed like Remia should be thinking further, but her figure obviously couldn't be seen, and her tone didn't seem to indicate that she was deep in thought. Then again, I think all the other yokai and humans, birds, are all scared of me and avoid me, so maybe I'm not that dangerous. Oh yeah, sometimes I hit a tree and it's really painful. Trees can't move after all. This girl seems like an idiot. Eh? Did you say something? No, I didn't. Rumia's words were generally a little unsettling, but since her power was extremely useful, it wasn't a big deal to Mystia. Actually, if you conquer the first territory before, having this cutscene, this will not show anymore. So this is also a reason why you might want to take a little time. I don't think there are any more cutscenes, but I might be mistaken. So I'm going to save here real quick. You really want to save a lot of times, because if Reimer should happen to die in a battle, and well, let's see. Okay, and well, yeah, if Reimer happens to die and she will retreat from the army, potentially. Oh, that isn't good music. Yeah, it's Mistia. Then it's instantly game over. So if you do not want that to happen, you better be careful. Also, the picture there from Mistia is custom. This you can actually include other portraits for characters, which I did. This picture is by wait, let me think. I believe Ideolo. I don't know. I'll link it in the video description. Anyway, Mistia. This is our first boss battle, which is why we have a boss battle music. Yeah, Mistia is better in ranged combat, which is why she went to ranged combat. And even though we put Reimer into close combat, unless I accidentally put her into far, as you can see, Reimer is still in far range to Mistia, because, well, Mistia's too far range, and we happen to be unlucky. So, there is actually a complete list in the game's, but in the translations, I don't know the exact text file, but there is one. I might put that into the video description as well. But for right now, something else about advancing. If you are in mid-range and advance towards a character, actually I'll advance towards you, you can also perform a melee attack. So that's generally not bad. Okay. Although if one character is already in close range towards your own character, you cannot advance anymore. You can still retreat, but advancing is not an option anymore. So that's something to be careful of. Okay, Marisa should not advance anyone, and I don't feel like retreating for now either. Okay, that works too. Oh wait, it's the wrong character. We'll finish you off anyway, sooner or later. Actually, let's not kill Mistia, since 9 HP, she will deal like 5 damage, but she will still take away from the enemy's counter for each attack she does. Attacking takes 3 points off your counter, just so you know. So instead, let's retreat. Retreating and advancing cost 2 points from your counter. Okay, Nereza, I will kill her with Marisa. Nice. Killing an enemy character will usually give you an percentage boost of 8 to 10%. So to win this battle, to win a battle, it would be good to kill all enemy characters if possible. However, you can also win this battle by both parties' counters reaching 0 and well, have the higher percentage of them. But also, if you kill all the enemy characters and your percentage is still below 50%, you will still lose. So that's something you should also be wary of. Okay. You know what? I want to show off specials. If a character has a non-auto special ability, Reimer has an auto one for example, you can choose it by clicking the special command. Marisa's special ability is Master Spark, which takes off 12 points of your counter. It's a multi-targeting ranged attack, so it will attack all enemies that are far or very far. And well, it is very powerful, but it will also stun the caster. Cast means that it needs preparation time, so yeah, let's show that off. Huge decrease in the counter. Actually, Ah well. As you can see, Master Spark takes quite a while. Well, that and waiting does give you another turn quicker. And if you would please, thank you, Master Spark. This might not have been the best opportunity to show this attack off, but, well, I generally don't like using Master Spark because it takes away 12 points off your counter, and it takes a while to cast, but it is really powerful. Also, this little symbol here in Marisa's box, this indicates that the character is stunned. We got 16 experience because this time we had more enemy attackers and because we were less attackers. And Athena has withdrawn from the army, so now the enemy only has 10 units unless they have gained another character and another time. Nope, they haven't, so there are only 10 characters now, so that's really good. Sort of. Although if non-official characters, if non-official characters leave the army, that makes it more usual for official characters to join in the battle, so that might be a little troublesome actually. But anyway, we conquered the Nightblind, the Nightblind Road, so I guess it's a good time to stop this episode. This was all for today. Next time, we will try and conquer the Fatal Dark Path. This was NCS, and farewell for now.